Hi everybody. This is Karan Sangwan, and today we have a special guest, Anmol Kakkar, जिन्होंने अभी रिसेंटली हरियाणा का जो जुडिशियल सर्विस का एग्जाम था उसको क्रैक किया है एंड अनमोल स्कोर्ड 17th रैंक. सो अनमोल से मिलते हैं और अनमोल का जो एक सफरनामा रहा है, कहाँ से स्टार्ट किया, कब स्टार्ट किया, कैसे यहाँ तक पहुंचे, तो अनमोल से जानेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अनमोल, मेनी मेनी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस बेटा, लॉट्स ऑफ कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much,
happy
sir.
for
Thank
you, and I hope
you.
you do well in this particular field as a judicial magistrate in your upcoming future. So, Anmol, इनिशियली मैं जानना चाहूंगा, मतलब आप किससे इंस्पायर्ड हुए और फिर आपने ये एक स्टेप लिया कि हाँ मुझे लॉ करना है. एक बेसिक से स्टार्ट करेंगे हम.
Yes, sir. Sir, till 10th, while I was in school, everybody was rushing for their dreams. Similarly, I was also, but I wanted to do something different, especially for my father. So I
Okay.
didn't have anything in my mind, but I joined commerce. And thereafter, one of my senior was doing law. So I saw her, and that is where somewhere I developed interest towards law. And I talked to my father that I wanted to join law, and he was like, "You are a good student. You can do BTech and everything. You'll do great in that." I was
Exactly.
sure, no, I'm not going for anything else. I'm going for law only. And when I
Okay.
joined law, the first thing I had in my mind was I wanted to become a judicial officer, and my dad was my pillar of strength throughout. So he's my inspiration, I would say.
Okay. So your father is your inspiration, basically. So
Definitely,
you have
definitely.
decided in your first year or second year to become a judicial officer.
In my probably I was sure when I joined law that I want to go for judiciary. So in my probably first year I was clear about that.
ओके. सो अनमोल, जब आप जुडिशरी के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हो तो देर आर लॉट्स ऑफ डिफिकल्टीज यू हैव फेस्ड इन योर प्रिपरेशन. आई होप आपने भी काफी सारी डिफिकल्टीज फेस की होंगी. समटाइम्स आप बड़ा डिमोटिवेटेड फील करते हो. आई थिंक ऐसा आपके साथ भी हुआ होगा नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स. तो काफी सारे जुडिशरी एस्पिरेंट्स हैं जिनका ये क्वेश्चन रहता है कि जो एक डीमोटिवेशन है, जो एक लैक आता है बीच में, मतलब हम कंसिस्टेंट नहीं रह पाते ड्यू टू अवर डीमोटिवेशन, एनी ऑफ द फैक्टर्स जो आपको इफेक्ट कर रहा है, तो उससे आपने अपनी प्रिपरेशन के अंदर कैसे कॉप अप किया?
Definitely, like I was preparing. I used to feel sometimes that I don't want to study. There were days I don't even want to see the books. ऐसा दिन भी आते थे. But one thing I knew was that I have to clear and I have to work for it. So what I used to do was I used to plan my weekend like this, that I'll study for 6 days and one day I'll give myself a break. And that one day
Okay.
I'll not touch the books. I'll only follow a little bit of live law and everything, but I'll not touch the books. And that one
Okay.
day I used to just enjoy myself and I used to do whatever activities I want to. And then I used to regain my confidence and everything. And then I used to start with a swing on Monday. So this is how I used to keep my consistency. I used to give myself short breaks as well. And this is how I was doing with it.
ओके. सो अनमोल, फ्रॉम दैट डीमोटिवेशन जो आपने बहुत अच्छे से कॉप अप किया, नाउ जब रिजल्ट अनाउंस हुआ, शायद 17 अक्टूबर को रिजल्ट आया,
Yeah.
सो एट दैट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, मतलब कैसा फील कर रहे थे आप, मतलब क्या फीलिंग्स थी उस रिजल्ट को लेके?
Firstly, I would like to share it that when the list came up, I was just looking up for my name. I couldn't find my name. It was a very difficult moment for me. I was looking for my name, and then I looked my name. I checked it like 10 times, I would say, that it is my name. I checked my date of birth for 10 times. And then I was
Okay.
sure. Then I gave a single call, and that was to my dad. And I told him that I cleared. And he was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." So, and probably on that day, I was in university, Punjab University.
Okay.
And my parents, and yes, my parents were back in Rajpura where I stay. So
Yes.
they came there at night itself, and they reached and they picked me up from the hostel. And I was 2 hours, I waited to see their reaction face to face. I was waiting only for their reaction. And it was very
Okay.
overwhelming. Yeah,
ओके.
very
सो
overwhelming.
नाइस ऑफ यू अनमोल, सो नाइस ऑफ यू. सो अनमोल, मतलब अभी कैसा माहौल है घर पे, मतलब क्या कुछ चल रहा है, पार्टियां शार्टियां चल रही हैं, मतलब कैसा माहौल है?
घर पे माहौल is like सब बहुत खुश हैं, and my family, I can see sheer happiness on their faces. They're taking everybody's wishes. हमारी बेटी जज बन गई है बोल रहे हैं, and it's very beautiful, and like I'm capturing such moments that I'll take this for life, and I'm very happy about it. And yes, relatives are coming and going. This is everything it's going on. Yes.
Exactly. So proud moment. So proud moment.
Yes,
Because
sir.
you are from Punjab and you are Punjabi, तो पंजाबियों के तो खून में होता है, मतलब खाओ पियो मौज करो.
जी सर.
So
जी
I
सर.
hope
बिल्कुल
you are
सर.
enjoying lots. Okay.
Yes, definitely, sir.
So अनमोल, इंटरव्यू का कैसा एक्सपीरियंस रहा आपका, जब आपका इंटरव्यू था हरियाणा का?
Yes, sir. So my interview experience was quite good. I was not asked within the syllabus questions. I was asked from every arena. So
Okay.
they touched, I guess, from my 12th standard to my 10th semester to Commercial Codes Act and to Constitution at the end. So they touched every aspect, but not CCRPC, definitely. I was asked questions from Prevention of Child Marriage Act, Prohibition of Child Marriage Act. Then I was asked questions from commercial codes, as I stated. And like this, I was asked the questions from different streams and labor law as well. Yes.
Okay. So अनमोल, बेसिकली काफी बार हमें प्रॉब्लम आती है जुडिशरी एस्पिरेंट को, कि लैंग्वेज पेपर के लिए हाउ टू कॉप अप विद
Yes.
लैंग्वेज पेपर्स. लैंग्वेज
Yes,
के लिए
sir.
कैसे आपने प्रिपेयर किया, क्या आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी रही है लैंग्वेज पेपर्स को लेके?
Yes, sir. So I used to make it a point that I stay in touch with Hindi and English on daily basis. Like I used to give 1 to 2 hours daily basis Hindi as well as English, specifically grammar portions. I used to do them by heart, and I also practice certain essay writing also for English and Hindi as well, and that definitely helped me a lot.
Okay. Any specific book you want to suggest for the language paper?
For Hindi, I would say we have Arihant book. That's a green color book, and their
Yes.
grammar has been dealt very beautifully. And essay writing, I did it on my own as well. And one we have Arihant essay book also. So if
Okay.
anybody wants to refer that, they can refer. And apart from that, in English, sir, we have I used to do certain there were essays I used to do from UPSC websites. We have various Drishti IAS and yes, so I used to
Yes.
download the toppers essay from there, and I
Okay.
used to see because they have a specific paper, so I used to see
Exactly.
their essay writing, and I used to follow that essay writing, and that is completely I followed in my Haryana mains also.
Okay.
And for grammar, I referred Iqbal Singh book. In that, grammar has been beautifully dealt.
Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
Anmol, what kind of strategy you have adopted for your mains paper? Because mains में length of the answer matter करती है, and simultaneously the time management during the examination.
Yes, sir. So for mains, definitely I practice answer writing before, and from there I used to have an idea that how much I have to write and in what all points I have to write basically. So, for example, when the question came up on best evidence rule, so I was prepared with that question before. So I knew I have to give an introduction, then I have to cite examples of various in Indian Evidence Act various sections I have to cite. So this is mostly I used to keep it concise and to the point. I used to answer the question and ended with the conclusion.
Okay.
Was the
So,
strategy.
is there
And I
any
used to try
requirement,
that
Anmol, to
yes,
write a case law?
Sir, I have written case laws where I felt landmark case law specifically. I have written, but I have not like written so many case laws. I would say no, not as such. But where they demand that yes, this case law is very important. For example, we have various recent landmark case laws, so I've written
Yes.
those. So not necessarily कि हर question में case law लिखा ही लिखा. I don't think so. I've done that.
So, what about the length of the answer? For example, question is of 15 marks. So, how much length of that particular question you have written?
Yes. So like we got a question of dying declaration, multiple dying declaration. That was a
Yes.
15 marks question. So I guess I wrote 3 pages easily. So
Okay.
3 pages for 15 marks, 3 to 3.5, and 2 or 1.5 page for 10 marks. I've
Okay.
tried. Yes, sir.
Okay. What about means time management? Because questions बहुत होते हैं, हरियाणा में तो काफी सारे questions आते हैं और time बहुत कम होता है. So how you manage the answer to answer all the questions in that particular time period?
Yes. Sir, that was my practice beforehand. So my speed is very good, I would say. So I was
Okay.
able to complete my paper on time. And so speed was not I didn't feel speed was an issue, because before that also I had practiced a lot of answer writing. So I didn't feel time was not an issue for me in this exam.
ओके
Yes, sir.
सो अनमोल, काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स को एक बड़ा डिलेमा रहता है कि मतलब यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर प्रीलिम्स इनिशियली और यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर मेंस फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग ऑफ योर प्रिपरेशन. सो आपका
Yes,
क्या
sir.
स्टेक है इस चीज के ऊपर? जैसे आपने कैसे स्टार्ट किया, प्री या मेंस से आपने स्टार्ट किया बेटा?
So my total mindset was that I have to prepare for mains. I never prepared
ओके.
for pre. I never did.
ओके.
So I was always clear that I have to prepare for mains, and pre मेरा उसमें अपने आप हो जाएगा. So this is the strategy that I followed, and it helped me at great length, because pre मैंने राजस्थान का प्री दिया है, then I gave हरियाणा का प्री as well, then दिल्ली का मेरा कोई भी प्री नहीं रुका है. So this was my strategy, sir.
सो अनमोल, आप मतलब एवरेज स्टूडेंट रहे हो या बहुत ज्यादा मतलब ब्रिलियंट स्टूडेंट रहे हो? क्योंकि काफी बार ना बच्चों को ये होता है कि यार हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा, हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, हम शायद बने नहीं है इस चीज के लिए. तो उसमें आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? मतलब एवरेज है, बिलो एवरेज हो, या बहुत एक्सीलेंट रहे हो इनिशियली?
सर आई वॉज गुड इन स्टडीज, एंड आई डोंट बिलीव दिस कि अगर हमारे कभी स्कोर 10th में 12th में या डिग्री में अच्छे नहीं आए तो हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. बिकॉज आई हैव सीन माई सीनियर्स ऑल्सो, दो दे वर नॉट वेरी गुड इन स्टडीज ड्यूरिंग देयर टाइम ड्यूरिंग द डिग्री, बट दे नेल्ड इट इन द एग्जामिनेशंस. So this is not the case. It's just when you are doing it, you have to give your best shot. You don't have to see the past and give the best shot. In the present, you have to give the best shot. I believe in that.
Exactly. So Anmol, I'm seeing your score. You have scored well in civil law. Civil law बहुत टफ लगता है बच्चों को. मतलब how can you score in civil law so much of score? 113 in first paper, 114 in second paper. और criminal law में आपके नंबर कम आए as compared to civil law.
So point was civil is my favorite. Matlab, I would say I love CPC. It's like
Okay.
that. And yes, I completed my coaching last year only in 2021. So I could
Okay.
not get, and the last subject that I completed was criminal law, like CRPC. So I
Okay.
did not get so much time to furbish my CRPC. So this is the problem कि criminal में थोड़े कम रह गया as compared to civil. But yes, civil
Exactly.
is my favorite. I love CPC.
बिल्कुल. नजर मतलब स्कोर से साफ क्लियर हो रहा है कि सिविल में इतना अच्छा स्कोर, बच्चे भागते हैं सीपीसी को देख के. बट अनमोल लव सीपीसी.
Yes, I
वेल
love
अनमोल,
CPC.
अनमोल, जैसे हम मेंस आंसर राइटिंग की बात करते हैं तो क्या हमें
Yes, sir.
मेंस आंसर राइटिंग इनिशियली प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए, या कोई बुक आप रेफर कर रहे हो, टेस्ट सीरीज, या फिर हम पीवाईक्यूज को सॉल्व कर रहे हैं मेंस के लिए जब हम प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं?
So first, I believe is what I followed the strategy. My thing was if I've joined the coaching, so first task should be to complete the coaching. If it's possible, अगर बीच में पेपर आ गया, that is a different thing. I could not face that. मेरा कोचिंग के बाद ही एग्जाम आया था. तो पहले मेरा टारगेट था कोचिंग का सब डिटेल कंप्लीट करना है, और जब कोचिंग कराते थे तो मैं साथ साथ पढ़ने की कोशिश करती थी. सो देयर आफ्टर सर, उसके बाद जब मेरा सब कोचिंग हो गया, देन आई यूज्ड टू डू सेल्फ स्टडी. उसमें आई यूज्ड टू प्रैक्टिस माय आंसर राइटिंग. Like I used to see this question is coming repeatedly in Haryana. I used to mark the list of questions that are coming repeatedly in Haryana. Then I used to make it a point that I have to solve 2 to 3 questions or 4 questions a week. So this is how I used to plan my things, sir. Okay.
So is it necessary to practice mains answer writing on daily basis or in alternative days? Is it necessary?
Sir, I don't think so that daily basis is the need, because I think we have to study law also, we have to study languages also, and it takes time when you start writing answer. So it's like it depends upon a person to person. Sometimes जैसे मैंने आंसर लिखा था और फिर मैंने अपने टीचर से चेक कराया, so I got good reviews. तो वहां से मुझे आइडिया लग गया कि नहीं, आंसर मैं ठीक लिख रही हूँ, तो मुझे इस पे इतना इन्वेस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सो अगर मेरे को सर बोलते हैं वहां पे कि आपका सही नहीं जा रहा है बेटा, you need to work hard on it. So I'll give time daily basis, but otherwise it depends on person's answer writing, how they write.
Okay. अनमोल, काफी बार एक बड़ी मेजर प्रॉब्लम फेस करते हैं बच्चे. नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स क्या होता है, मतलब 4 सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं, 5 सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहे हैं एक साथ. तो मतलब आप क्या सजेस्ट करोगे कि एट अ पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आपको कितने सब्जेक्ट साथ में करने चाहिए?
सर आई बिलीव एक जैसे कि मैं करती थी एक मेजर और एक माइनर, एंड आई यूज टू पिक अप लिंक्ड वंस, लाइक आई यूज टू डू सीपीसी विद एसआरए, और आई यूज टू डू सी, एंड कई बार मैं कोशिश करती थी सीपीसी के साथ एविडेंस भी चला लूं, सो दैट मेरा लिंक होता जाए, लिंकिंग बहुत अच्छी रहती है इससे. सिमिलरली आई यूज टू डू सीआरपीसी एविडेंस एंड अ माइनर सब्जेक्ट. This is how I used to do, but I didn't used to pick up CPC and CRPC on the same day. That was not my strategy. Yes, sir.
Okay. अनमोल, आप कोई मैसेज देना चाहेंगे जो अदर जुडिशरी एस्पिरेंट्स है जो हरियाणा में सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाए हैं, या जो इनिशियली अब आपको देख के प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करेंगे? एनी टिप्स और स्ट्रेटजी जो आप शेयर करना चाहेंगे बाकी अदर स्टूडेंट्स के साथ?
Sir, I would only say one thing, that if they could not clear, that is not कि उनमें कुछ कमी है something. It's just sometimes it's hard luck also. Sometimes it's कि कई बार कुछ छोटे मोटे कमी रह जाती है. But I would just like to say that believe in yourself. You have so many exams coming ahead, and just don't give up on this thing. I would just say that.
Okay. सो अनमोल, जो एक प्रिपरेशन का दौर था उस टाइम पे आप काफी हार्ड वर्क कर रहे थे, तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन रहता है हमेशा कि वो हार्ड वर्क ज्यादा बड़ा था, या ये जो कामयाबी, ये जो खुशियां, ये बहुत बड़ी हैं, उसके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है?
सर आई बिलीव वो ये जो अभी लाइक द स्माइल दैट आई सॉ ऑन माय पेरेंट्स फेस, that hard work diminished, it was nothing. And now I am like कि मुझे आगे बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा काम करना है, कि like they should be inspired and they should say yes, your daughter is a good judge. Now I want to hear that, not a simple judge, a good judge. So this is something I've built up another inspiration from the smiles.
Exactly. So nice of you, Anmol. So Anmol, lastly हम sum up करते हैं, ठीक है? any key to success you want to share with the students? मतलब कुछ भी ऐसा आप जो कहना चाहते हैं जिसको आपने थ्रू आउट योर जर्नी, जिसने आपको मोटिवेट किया है कि हाँ अनमोल, करना है तो करना है, डेफिनेटली करना है, मतलब ऐसा कुछ आप स्टूडेंट्स के साथ शेयर करना चाहते हैं कि वो भी मोटिवेटेड रहे एंड थ्रू आउट दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रिपरेशन वो बड़ा बूस्टअप रहे और इसको क्रैक डाउन करें?
Sir, one is definitely hard work. Number 2 is determination. Number 3 is, I told you, my inspiration was to see a smile on my parents' faces, because my father used to be like कि मैं तेरे को बनते देखना चाहता हूँ. That was my thing. And also I like to share a small experience. Last year I went to my college to collect my I was called to collect my trophies and everything. So I went there. It was a very celebratory moment. And one of my seniors were called, who are Delhi Judicial Services judges. So they were called with their parents, and they were facilitated. And that is the one picture I took from there. And I was like, next time my parents should come at my university. Okay. And they should, I want to see this thing for my parents. So this is, I used small events were there from where I used to drive my motivation. So this was my thing.
And you did it. You did it.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
With God's grace, yes, sir.
Yes, Anmol. So Anmol, thank you so much, and many congratulations to you and to your family. Do celebrate it, full party karo, enjoy karo, and I can see the smile on your face after clearing the exam. You are so happy, so happy. Clearly show हो रहा है, बहुत खुश हो आप.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anmol, and God bless you, beta, for your upcoming responsibilities. I hope कि आप बहुत अच्छा करेंगे और ऐसे ही अपने mom and dad को proud feel करवाते रहेंगे. Thank you so much, Anmol. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, beta. Thank you so much.
Unacademy. Let's crack it.